Hello, hello, hello. I don't have too much to say this morning. I just want to give you a really quick update on the youth group. And mostly, I just want to brag again on our kids. The youth group's been meeting every Sunday and Wednesday night for a little over a month now, I believe. Maybe a little bit longer than that. Not really sure, but quite a while now. And even been getting together here and there for other activities and just times together between those 2 days. And I just want to tell you about some of the things that have been going on. So, first off, for the second year in a row now, we have got a really, really good, strong group of seventh graders that have moved up into our group. And those seventh graders have done a really good job of coming in and just immersing themselves into the group. They're not hanging out there on the fringes. They have immersed themselves right into the middle of it. And our older kids have done really good at going and making sure that those seventh graders have felt very welcomed. And so our older ones have done a very good job of making sure that they are included into the group. And another thing that our kids have done really good at is that they've done really good at reaching out to the kids that we haven't seen back yet. So the ones that still haven't shown up, our kids, they're texting them, they're calling them, they're making sure that they're being told by each other that they're missed. And so that's been really awesome to see them take the lead of doing that, to see them, when they don't see a face sitting there on Wednesday night, they're going and they're checking in on them and letting them know, we want you here. We want to have you with us. Last night we had 16 kids show up, or not last night, Sunday night, had 16 kids show up, and they showed up to just talk through scriptures and to talk through a book called Multiply that we've been going through for, goodness, seems like almost a year now. And there weren't any games or anything like that. There's no food. We did go get some snow cones afterwards, but they didn't know they were getting that when they showed up. And so they showed up just simply to engage in deep spiritual conversations, to talk about Scripture, and to be with each other. That's why they showed up. And that's pretty awesome for 12 to 18-year-olds to show up just for that. For the most part, our group is almost entirely back. Like I said, we do have a few that haven't shown back up, but I'd say we're about 90% strong right now, which has been just great to have not just a little chunk of them back, but to have the bulk of our students back with us and back to being involved. And so a couple of weeks ago with our students, we talked about several things, but for a little bit we mentioned water. We talked about water for a little bit, and we talked about how water gives life. Without water, we all die, right? And we talked about what happens when water just sits still, though. What happens when you just fill up a tub of water and it just sits? Well, there's two things that could happen to that water. Either A, it evaporates and it's just gone. It's no longer there. Or B, it doesn't evaporate. It sits there long enough and becomes a contaminated pool of bacteria that could be incredibly harmful to you if you drink it. So it either disappears or it becomes a danger. And we talked about how we as a group and as a church, because our group is always thinking about not just themselves as the youth group, but the church. They're the church. And so we talked about how the church can't be water that just sits still. No matter what's going on in the world, no matter what dangers there are present, the church cannot just sit still, because it will eventually either disappear or it will become stagnant. And I am very happy to tell you that our group, our students, they're not just sitting still. They're not just trying to survive. They're not just scooting by. Our students, they are on the move, looking to thrive, looking to grow, and so they're not being stagnant water right now. They are being living water to the world around them, and so I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of watching them. The reality is that there is some danger with the church being together. There's especially danger with youth group being together. The reality is 12 to 18-year-olds, they don't distance. There is no distancing. When we're together, we're together. And so there's, on some level, is there a physical danger to that? Sure there is. It'd be silly to say there wasn't. But the other reality is that there's maybe a greater spiritual danger present if we're not together. So is there physical danger? Sure, but we have to make sure that we're not just physical people. We are spiritual beings, and so the physical, everything is around us is spiritual, has the ability to be spiritual, but we can't just think of physical dangers. We have to think also of spiritual dangers, and the danger of stagnation, the danger of, if we just maintain for too long, do we become contaminated? Is sitting dangerous? And I would say it is. And so again, our kids, they're not doing that. They're not sitting. They're moving. They're getting together, hungry to have spiritual conversations, hungry to dig into Scripture, hungry to praise, hungry to be with each other, hungry to be close to one another, hungry to love each other. And so, again, just very, very proud of where I see that our students are, and even more proud of where I see our students headed. And so that's all I got for this morning. I just wanted to, like I said, update y'all a little bit on some of what the youth group is doing and some of the good things that I have seen happen within the group over the last month and a half. So y'all have a good day.